Hello Zimsporahh family, welcome back to our channel. Family, there was a time I almost packed my bags wanting to go back home. Yes, I wanted to go back home. I almost packed my bags, family. This was not for holiday, it wasn't for Christmas, and it was not a visit, but to go back for good. I had really thought about it, family. Because if you are in diaspora, family, you understand this feeling. I hope you really understand this feeling, family. That moment when you are tired, when you ask yourself, is it worth it? Stay with me, family, because today I want to talk honestly. I want to talk honestly. So stay with me to the end. What was this trigger, family? What was this trigger? There's always a trigger, family. There's always a trigger. And I'm sure some of you might have had this feeling before, the very feeling that I had. Sometimes the feelings are general. It might be losing a job, marriage stress, NHS burnout. You can relate, as nurses, some of you can relate the burnout that I'm talking about. Yes, I think you can actually relate about this. And you know what? The financial pressure. Yes, family, the financial pressure. Missing family back home. Funeral back home that we don't even attend. Just emotional exhaustion as well, family. Emotional exhaustion as well. There's another thing as well. Racism, family. Racism is something that you don't see, something that doesn't talk, but just something you feel. Yes, it's something you feel. It happens, family. It happens. And then you wake up one day and think, maybe life was easier back home. Yes, you start thinking that maybe life was easier back home, family. But was it? That's the other question. Was it really? Or we just tired? Are we just tired, family? We may be just tired, just exhaustion, and then we think it's better to go home. And diaspora pressure is real, family. Diaspora pressure is real. And people think you're in UK, you're okay. Money grows on trees. That's what some people think. Some people think you live better in UK or in diaspora. People think you live better. But they don't see the 12-hour shifts that we do. They don't see the mortgages that we pay. They don't see the council tax that we pay, energy bills, and sending money back home, the school fees, the black tax pressure. The black tax pressure, family. This black tax pressure is something that we all go through in diaspora. So this is when there is pressure from family, extended family, and it's like there's an obligation for people who are in diaspora to do everything to help. It's like there's an overwhelming pressure for people in diaspora to help family. So when you are overwhelmed, home starts to look peaceful. Yes, home will start to look as if it's very peaceful, family. That's when you start imagining sitting under a tree with all the nice breeze and the cool air coming. And then when the sun is shining and the sky is blue, you are sitting under the tree when it's very, very cool. That's when you start imagining all this, family. And then you are thinking, I'm sitting there, I don't have any stress. And you're thinking, family, you are near your people, you're speaking your language freely, speaking your language freely. This is so exciting, family. And then these are all imaginations. These are all imaginations. But are we remembering the full picture, family? That's the other question as well. Are we remembering the full picture? When we say, I'm going back home, sometimes we are reacting emotionally. Yes, I thought about it. Sometimes we react emotionally and then we just say, oh, I think I need to go back home. I think I'll be okay if I go. We remember the good times, the culture, the laughter, the freedom that we had. That was at that time when we left, family. At that time when we left. And we remember all these things, they come into our heads. We just think, oh, we will be all right when we go back. If we think about the culture, all these drums beating, everything, you remember all this. It just imagination, family, imagination. Because how long ago did we live all these things? And how long ago did we last see all these things, family? And that freedom that we imagine, how long ago did we have it? Back home, we forget there are power cuts. Sometimes in diaspora, we're not used to power cuts. Healthcare struggles. Sometimes you've got a chronic ailment that you have, and then you think about the healthcare system. How are you going to navigate it? All these things, family. And then there's currency instability as well. You start thinking about it. How would you go about currency navigation? Business frustrations. You start thinking about all these things. They start coming into your head. They pile up. System challenges, family. You know the system challenges back home. You know all these, family. They are really, really system challenges back home. And so the question is, are we running towards something or running away from something? That's the question. And this is really deep, family. It's really deep. Are we running away from something? The real question now is not, should I go back? The real question is, what life am I trying to build? What life am I trying to build when I go back home? That's the real question, family. Because some people go back home and thrive. Yes, family, a lot of people have gone back home and they are thriving. They're doing very well. You see them driving big cars, nice, posh lives, and they're doing everything. They go on holidays. And when sometimes you're in diaspora, you can't even afford a holiday. But back home, people are going on holidays. They are investing wisely. They are building businesses and they are living peacefully back home. A lot of people are doing that. Yes, they're enjoying themselves. They're living posh lives, pretty good life. Their children are going to expensive schools and they're really happy. They're really happy. But then, if you go back emotionally, this is what I thought about. If I go back home emotionally, the way I thought on that day, I have no savings. I will burn every little penny that I have. And then I'll come back frustrated. Yes, I'll have to come back frustrated. And that's the thing, family. That's the other thing, that when you go back emotionally, just packing your bags and saying, I'm going emotionally, you come back really, really, really frustrated. Going back should be strategic. That's what I think. It should be strategic. Although we have these emotions, like I just want to go back, like that day I thought, honestly, I'm just going back. But that was just emotional. That was just emotional and it wasn't strategic. So we need not to go emotionally. We need to be strategic, family. We need to be strategic. When we are in diaspora, we can have a new diaspora reality. Split life. Yes, I was thinking about that. A split life. Many diaspora people now are choosing half here, half there. Yes, that's what many diaspora people are choosing now, because people have been living in these countries for many, many years. They can go half there, half there. Yes, you live half in diaspora, half in Zimbabwe. That's what people are doing, because you build assets back home, you keep income abroad, prepare retirement slowly instead of dramatic decisions. You just do everything nice and slowly instead of this drama. Because let's be honest, family, at 30, it feels different. At 50, it feels different. But at 60, it feels very, very different. So timing matters. Timing really matters, family. So the emotional truth, family, sometimes when we say, I almost went back home, it's just a saying sometimes, because it's difficult to achieve. It's difficult to achieve. What we really mean when we say I almost went back home, it only means I was tired, family. It means I was tired. I needed rest. I felt alone. I missed belonging. And that's human. That's human, family. So there's nothing wrong with loving your country, family. There's nothing wrong with loving your family. There's nothing wrong with staying abroad. There's nothing wrong with that. You can love your family, you can love your country, and you can still stay abroad. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going back. There's nothing wrong with going back, family. What's wrong is making a permanent decision in temporary emotions. That is what's wrong. To make permanent decisions in temporary emotions. That's very wrong, family. That's very wrong. So today, family, I want to ask you, have you ever almost gone back home? Have you? What stopped you? What made you stay? Or did you actually go back? Let's talk in the comments. Because this diaspora journey is not simple, family. It's not simple. It's not black and white. It's just layered. It is layered, family. And on Zimsporah, we talk, family. We just talk. It's just free talk on Zimsporah. So let's talk, family. Let's just talk. If this is speaking to you, family, like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that we can build a community that understands this journey. Until next time, family, cheers.